And we are getting you some local perspective on the GDP, the talk of a recession, and paying higher prices for so many things that we buy.
Absolutely. Maggie, Bryan spoke with a local economist today for some insight. Maggie, what did they have to say?
Yeah, inflation is at the highest it has been in the past 40 years, around 9%. And with a possible recession looming, many businesses are just trying to stay afloat.
I have some bison brats, I have some elk brats.
Dennis Burton owns the Prime Cut Butcher Shop in Colorado Springs.
And that's where we keep all of our fresh beef.
He says his prices have stayed high for the past 6 months.
Whatever the market calls for, what our markup is, we keep it at that unless there's a huge drop or a huge increase on our purchasing side.
And like many others, he's just trying to make a living.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
He doesn't plan to change those prices until push comes to shove.
If it comes in at $2 a pound difference, then we have to do something.
With inflation at its highest in 40 years, a recession is looming.
Inflation is still around 9%, which is extremely high, the highest in 40 years.
Joe Craig, the economics department chair for UCCS, says going into a recession with this high of an inflation rate could be scary. But with employment still in a good place, this recession could be different.
It feels a lot different than probably any recession we've seen in my lifetime, for sure. Again, with employment so strong, with businesses still trying to find people and not being able to, that's not how it usually feels during a recession.
And says the Fed is committed to raising interest rates until inflation declines. So with the label of recession, what changes?
Not much. The one thing it could change is that if people feel that we're in a recession, they might start spending less money. But people can feel that way whether we announce it or not.
And like other businesses, the Prime Cut Butcher Shop will continue to play the game.
Kind of like a game of chess, really.
And Craig says coming out of a pandemic also makes the situation unique. He says many people saved up during that time, giving many people a small buffer if we were going into a recession.